Myles Teteak here, reporting for Cheesehead TV from the Shrine Bowl in North Texas this week. It's been an eventful week for these players. There's been several standouts. I've only got two eyes and so much time, so we only covered the positions that we believe that the Packers are probably focusing in on here this week. Some of the guys we were able to meet with and interview this week at the Shrine Bowl here in North Texas for Cheesehead TV include Tim McKay, O-lineman out of NC State, Joe Huber, O-lineman out of Wisconsin, Bryce Cabledew, O-lineman out of KU, Corey Thornton, defensive back out of Louisville, Kobe Bryant, defensive back out of KU, Mello Dotson, defensive back out of KU, Zy Alexander, defensive back out of LSU. Some of the D linemen we were able to meet with this week include Nazir Stackhouse from Georgia, CJ West from Indiana, Cam Horsley from Boston College, Tyler Barron from Miami. And then we were able to interview linebacker Kane Medrano as well. There were definitely some standouts at the positions that we think the Packers might be focusing on, starting with O-line, some guys that got our attention this week. Bryce Cabledew from KU. He looks like a versatile interior offensive lineman, played tackle at KU. But this week, we saw him take snaps at all positions, interior and at tackle, so he was looking good. Thomas Perry, a Division III guy from Middlebury. He actually was holding his own this week and looked like he might have got some attention, so that was pleasant to see. Tim McKay, another lineman, NC State, a guy that the Packers likely value his skill set and versatility. He had a really solid week. Holland Pierce, he's a tackle out of Rutgers. Big guy. I think one thing that people were wanting to see is how athletic is he at that size, and I think he answered those questions this week, at least some of them. Very athletic, able to move with the best of these guys out here. Jack Conley is another one, lineman out of Boston College. He had a good week, interior line, O-line, looking at probably guard, but also mentioned that he's comfortable playing the center position as well, so you might see him move around. And then finally Nash Jones, another lineman out of Texas State. He had a pretty strong week and looked a lot like a guy that the Packers would probably value, and as far as his skill set goes, he had great performance this week at practice. All right, so the D lineman that stood out to us this week, starting with Jordan Phillips out of Maryland. He had a really strong week, really strong point of attack, getting a lot of attention. Cam Horsley is another one. He had a really strong week. He is an interior defensive lineman out of Boston College, so Jeff Hafley might have a little inside information on him. CJ West out of Indiana. Elijah Roberts from SMU. There's a clip going around to him, tossing Trey Wettig around a little bit. Ahmed Hassanain out of Boise State had a really strong week. He's one of those guys that everybody that had to go against him had a tough day. So, he was bringing it with every rep. Tyler Batty out of BYU. He's one of the bigger names here this week, and he had a really strong week. So for the DBs at the Shrine Bowl this week, some guys that caught our attention, it would be hard not to mention Kobe Bryant. He got everybody's attention from rep number one and did not let up. He, despite being, don't tell him this, undersized, he does not play undersized. He does not believe that he's undersized. He does not know that he's undersized. He came out, he was physical as any DB this week and made a very, very big impression. So definitely watch for him to climb some boards probably after this week. Zoff Frazier out of UTSA, probably a lesser known name. He had a really good week. Mello Dotson out of KU had a strong week, finished it off strong today with an interception. Garnett Hollis Jr. had a strong week today, had several pass breakups, got very physical in competition with the Oregon receiver. Zy Alexander, DB out of LSU, had a strong week. And Elijah Hazy, DB out of North Carolina, also had a strong week, got a lot of attention. So a lot of, these three positions, O-line, D-line, DBs, there are a lot of guys out here this week that the Packers could and probably were looking at, would fit their mold for how they've drafted historically, and certainly would add value to the roster next season and hopefully beyond. But it's a very exciting week. Still got Media Day tomorrow, and then the game on Thursday evening in Jerry World at AT&T Stadium. Overall, it's been a great week so far here at the Shrine Bowl in North Texas. I'm Myles Teteak reporting for Cheesehead TV. Go Pack Go.